Hi, welcome back. My third and final guest is Rick Scali with Easy Street Vacation Rentals. Welcome, Rick.
Hi, Amy. Thank you very much for inviting me.
All right, I am very curious to find out how a former credit union manager for Disney started this business. Please tell me, enlighten me.
I was a CEO for about 30 years, and when I retired, I wanted to do something with my wife, a business that my wife and I could run. We kind of fell into the vacation rental business, and we specialize in pet-friendly accommodations. Prior to being in the business, when my wife and I would vacation down here in Destin, we had a devil of a time trying to find accommodations that would take our two pets. I mean, we found a number of places that would take one pet under 20 pounds, but very few would take multiple pets. And we thought, you know, there's a market there for people whose children have grown up and moved away, and they've adopted their pets as their children and want to go on vacation with their pets. So we decided that's something that we wanted to do. So we bought our first house, and that was successful, and we bought a second, and then a third, and then a fourth, and we realized we're in the pet-friendly vacation rental business. And so we've been doing that now since 1983. We're up to 22 houses. We don't own 22 houses.
I was going to ask you, when did you decide I have to stop buying them?
Well, that's it. I ran out of down payments. And so friends would ask us, because we're typically sold out most of the time because of the pet-friendly accommodations, friends of ours would ask us, would I mind managing their properties? And so I managed one and then another. And in fact, we've not solicited one single rental home. Each one of them has come to us through a referral. In fact, we got 4 more this year. And all of our homes are pet friendly. All of our homes are located in the Crystal Beach area of Destin. And we love accommodating families with pets. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if you go on vacation, you want your entire family to go on vacation. And pets are part of our family, and we love it. We've been very, very successful at it.
Sure, I'm a big pet lover. I can't take my cats. I would if I could. But yeah, when we vacationed once, and we took our poodle. She's a standard, so she's kind of big, but we took her with us, and it was really hard finding a place that would let us bring her along. Now, you told me that your rentals are single-family homes, which I kind of expected. They have pools.
Private pools.
And they have yards.
Separately fenced-in pet yards. In fact, the majority of our homes have a back door that open up directly into the pet yard. And we have the pet yard separately fenced off from the pool. And the reason for that is there are a lot of pet owners whose pets are not familiar with pools, and we didn't want to have one big yard that had the pool and the grassy area for the pets and then have an unfortunate accident with the pet. So we have separately fenced in pet yards. We have them convenient for the house, so at 2 o'clock in the morning when the baby has to go use the bathroom or whatever, you simply open up the door, let them do their business, then let them back in without having to walk them on with a leash.
Have you had any bulldogs that have fallen into the pool?
Yes, we have. We actually have, but that's where they brought the pet,
life preserver.
the pet in the pool area, and the pet walks right into the pool. But we're very sensitive to that, very conscious of that, and we let our owners know about that.
I laugh because I didn't know that bulldogs couldn't swim and support themselves. Yeah, they. What am I trying to say? They sink like an anchor. They can't swim. That's amazing. Yeah. Any other, I mean, I'm thinking of dogs, but do you accommodate other types of pets?
We've had hamsters. We have special houses that we reserve for cat owners.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay. Cats for whatever reason. A lot of people are more sensitive to cat fur, cat hair.
Cat dander.
Yeah, and so consequently, we reserve certain houses that will allow cats to come to. Not all houses, because people will ask me specifically, now, do you allow cats? And thinking at first they wanted to bring their cat. Sure. But what they wanted to make certain that cats were never in the house prior to their arriving. So we do have a couple of houses that we reserve for cat owners. We've had a snake, we've had a parrot, we've had hamsters. I mean, we've had a variety of different pets, but majority are pets. And we've had one pet, and we've had as many as 5 pets. We've had pets that weigh less than a pound that'll fit in your hand, and we've had pets, 120 pounds was the largest pet that we've had in our property.
Was that a horse or just a very large dog?
It looked like a horse, but it was a dog.
The snake. Now, did you have to make sure that the snake left? Do you?
They had it in a cage.
Oh, okay. Because I would just want to make sure that it left.
And, well, the reason for that is that in this particular case, they didn't have anyone to pet sit the snake.
Okay.
And so they brought the snake with them, and so they could take care of the pet. And that happens a lot of times. We do charge pet fees for our pets, but we did a survey, and our pet fees are 1/2 the cost of boarding the pet. So it actually makes economic sense for them to bring their pet. Number one, they can share the vacation with the pet, which is what they primarily want to do. But secondly, it saves them money not having to board their pet during that period of time. And I had to board, my wife and I went on a cruise one time, and we boarded our 2 pets the first and the last time. They let us pay for it for the 2 weeks following us going to be back from vacation. They know when you've abandoned them.
Yeah, they get mad at you.
They do.
My cats won't look at me for a couple of days when they have to go stay for a long time. Just a day or so, they're okay. But okay, now you also told me that with your rentals, you will rent to spring breakers that are under 25 years of age, but they have to be 21 or older.
21 or older, we've actually rented to young people as young as 18 years old, but primarily we rent to 21 years of age and older. But we're very restrictive. In other words, when they apply to rent one of our houses, we go through certain requirements that we require from these young people. Number one, they can't have any unregistered guests come to the house and use the facilities or stay overnight. They can't have any drinking parties. If they're under 21, we don't allow any alcohol in the premises at all. Sure. We don't allow loud and rowdy behavior around the pool, and certainly after 10 o'clock at night. And they have to agree to these rules before I accept them as a renter. And then once they do sign a contract and rent from us, we send them out the rules again. And then we require that when they arrive, they meet us in the living room, my wife and I. We meet them in the living room, and we go over all the rules again and let them know that we have a zero tolerance policy. We're doing them a favor by accepting them at their young age because of their reputations in our properties. And then my son and I, we patrol all night long to make certain that they adhere to our rules, and let them know point blank that if they break our rules and I get complaints that they're loud and have rowdy behavior, that I will send them home. In fact, as a prop, what I do is I charge them a refundable damage deposit, which adds up to quite a bit of money.
Sure. And
I bring that with me, and I said, okay, this is your damage deposit. If you break my rules and you're dishonest with me and have loud or rowdy behavior, I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to send you home. And I don't want to do that. And all you have to do is just live up to your word, what you promised me. And in the 9 years we've been doing this, we've sent 1 group home. And I like it that way.
Sure.
In fact,
I'm sure they like it that way too.
Well, they should. But typically what young people will do, however, is they'll tell you what they think you want to hear in order for you to accept them in the rental. And I said, if you're trying to deceive me and you're just trying to rent my home, that's fine, except if you break my rules, I will send you home. And if you're like me when I was in college, I don't have a whole lot of extra money.
Sure.
And they're pretty good at that. In fact, they really appreciate being respected and allowed to stay there. In fact, there's been a couple of websites that I've read that I'm non-discriminatory by age.
Yeah.
And I like that. I mean,
because normally it's 25.
Normally it's 20. Well, technically what they want to do is they say, we don't want spring breakers, period. And they use the age as that criteria. Yeah. I accept them because as long as they're treated as adults, typically they'll act like adults. And we've been doing this for some period of time, and we've been pleasantly surprised. In fact, several times we've had repeat renters. People come to Destin for one reason, and that's our beaches. If guests don't come down, we don't have an economy. My wife and I managed vacation rental homes here. We were booked up for the entire year, and then the oil spill hit. BP said they would make it right with us. I brought my cancellations, and BP made up the difference. I wanted them to clean up our beaches, get back our Gulf Coast. And now the beaches are clean, and tourists are coming back. I didn't know what to expect, but they did what they said they were going to do. Our Gulf Coast is open for business, and we're looking forward to a great next year. My name's Rick Scali. BP asked me to share my story to keep you informed. I wanted you to know that Easy Street Pet Friendly Vacation Rentals is ready to give you the best vacation ever.
Well, Rick, thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for being a part of the Destin Area Chamber of Commerce. And now I'm going to read our upcoming events. You can just stay there and listen if you will. Our upcoming events this Thursday, February 23rd from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. we have our Business After Hours sponsored by Hooters located at 15015 Emerald Coast Parkway. Thursday, March 1st from 4 to 7 p.m. we have the Multi-Chamber Business Expo and Taste of Okaloosa County. The sponsors are Bright Star Emerald Coast, Fort Walton Beach Medical Center, Landrum Human Resources, Northwest Florida Daily News, Simple HR, and Twin Cities Hospital. The location is the Emerald Coast Convention Center, and the sponsorships and booths are still available. Blah, I can't talk today. Tuesday, March 13th from 11:30 a.m. until 1 p.m. we have our Leaders in Business Lunch. The location is the Emerald Grand at Harbor Walk Village, and the sponsorship for that one is still available. May 18th and 19th, Destin 2-Ball Memorial Day Golf Classic, benefiting the USO. Location, Indian Bayou Golf Club. Details will be released soon. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you next time.